Well, it'll get you attention, but so we're running around with no clothes on downtown Clearwater.
Richard, welcome to the studio. We want to talk to you for a minute. So, you do quite a few events here in the Tampa Bay area, and you have a couple of really cool events coming up. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Should be a fun show. So, anyways, yeah, my company's called Florida Best Promotions, and my next event at Coachman Park, it's going to be Rumba in Clearwater.
Let's go.
And yeah, we're going to have a Spanish reggae band, which is a really cool band that we discovered at Reggae Rise up in St. Pete.
Okay.
They're called La Tribu Royal. They're really great. If you like kind of revolution style music, you'll like these guys. And then
No, wait, Richard, what's your ethnic origin? Where are you from?
I'm Puerto Rican.
Okay, Boricua, okay.
Boricua.
Oh, wait, no, but you're not like my ex. I was triggered. I was like, wait, take the knife. No.
Born and raised Manchester, New Hampshire.
Okay,
you
a good happy medium. Not from the island, but not from New York City either. So
No.
I didn't feel,
Not quite New York.
Not quite, yeah.
Not quite, but almost.
Yeah. Almost. Shout out to my New Yorkers, but you guys know I have some trauma associated with an ex-wife who scarred me for life, literally. But no, seriously, Richard. Though you said that so eloquently, the name of the group. That's why I asked, because you had that. You're rolling the R's all fly like lion down there. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on my. I'm working on it, baby. I have Rosetta.
You almost got it.
I have Rosetta Stone. I'm going hard in the paint, baby.
It's funny. I didn't speak any Spanish when I moved here.
Really?
Are you serious?
I had to learn it when I.
So
moved
you were
here.
like a gringuito.
Big time.
Oh wow,
time.
wow. Okay.
And I learned it here.
Wow.
And I learned, basically, I learned with Cubans.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of times when I speak Spanish, I have a Cuban accent.
That's funny.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's all right. You gotta love it, man.
Like, hold on.
Puerto Rican
Where
with a
you
Cuban.
from?
Right. That's funny.
And you said you have another event coming up as well.
So we have Tribu Royal, which is opening up the show.
Right.
And then we have Dominic Marte.
Oh, yeah. I remember Dominic, yeah.
Dominic Marte, that's
Mirage Days back in the day.
a Grammy Award winning
Bachata
artist,
artist, yeah.
bachata artist. He
Nice.
was big in the 90s. Amazing hits, great music. He's a really cool guy, too. And then we have Charlie Aponte closing out that show.
Nice.
Charlie
Oh,
Aponte.
wow. Yeah.
That's a dope ass show.
That's a nice lineup, yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
pretty
It
cool
is.
lineup. And then we have Monstro Dance Company dancing
Yeah.
there. And
Shout out to
teaching
Paulo. Yeah.
Paulo. And we also have Cura Dance Project from
Yeah,
Orlando.
From Orlando, yeah.
Okay.
Amy Dominguez, they'll be
Amy's
there.
team, yeah.
Oh, word. Okay.
Was it Amy?
Amy Dominguez, yeah.
Oh
I love
yeah,
Amy,
we
yeah.
go way back.
My media partner is Rumba 95.7. So
Okay.
if you listen to the radio, check them out.
Check them out,
95.7 FM.
Yeah. So okay, you have another couple of events, and I'll just say this about Richard's stuff. Richard and I, we met at the events out here, but like he's always been a great dude. I pride myself on having great friends, great associates. You know what I mean? The people and I think that most people who meet me or hang out with me or any of my friends all agree that, regardless of their ethnicity, religion, socioeconomics background, academic background, they all are great people. And that's what I found about Richard. Richard's an amazing dude, and he puts on some events. I'll tell you, all your events are like that. They're like unique. They all have this vibe that like every event of Richard's I ever go to, man, I go, I have a great time. I get there feeling good. I dance. I leave feeling good. And it's like, man, I can't wait for whatever he's going to do next, And that's the thing for people. Like, I think the first one I went to that you ever did was the
Sponge Dogs.
The Sponge Dogs,
Sponge
yeah, I
Dogs,
remember
yeah.
Right.
It's like an old school block party, but better.
Wanted to do this. I wanted to do something unique. I was involved in the dance community for a long time and met my wife out there dancing. We had children, and I just didn't have the time to be out dancing like I used to. And as my daughter got older, I wanted to be back involved with dance, and but I couldn't commit to going to to a class or anything as much as I used to. So my wife likes money, so I said, let me find out how to make money. And that's how we created Salsa on the Sponge Dogs.
Now you know what Richard, your wife's name is. Tell us, give a shout out to your wife.
Shout out to Marielle.
She's amazing. I met her after I met Richard, sometime after, but he did well. It's always good to see my friends do well in their selections for significant others because we know that can go good or bad for both males and females. But like his wife is an amazing, beautiful person inside and out. and he did really well, and you could tell that they are a great team. And it's so, it's funny. They said she likes money, but most of us do to some extent for sure. But
I'm just kidding.
But
She-
they
she
make
really,
she's a fantastic lady, and you guys make an amazing couple, an amazing team. Yeah. So
Yeah, and let's talk about the Sponge Docs. I mean, because that's a whole family event, which I've known of for years. I didn't know that you were behind it, so kudos to you. But I've brought my entire family to that Sponge Doc event, and they've been, every year they would look forward to it. Oh, there's Sponge Docs because, like Doc said, is a whole block party, which is multiple blocks, and it's in the Greek section. So you have amazing food. You go to the restaurants, you walk outside, you hear amazing music, you dance in the streets and everything, or you just watch the shows and everything. It's a lot of fun. It's a beautiful time, and you, as Doc said, you create amazing events like that.
So, kind of the idea behind that is I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do a festival.
Right.
And most festivals that you go to, not knocking anyone, there's some great festivals out there, but usually they're the same format. You got a stage and you got a circle of vendors around it.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing with different artists.
Right.
So I wanted to do something different, and the venues, that I chose to do these events are a big deal. Sponge Docs, that's a really unique venue for a salsa event. And, we're doing Coachman Park, which, yes, is kind of that setup. But Coachman Park just went through an $84 million renovation.
They did.
wow.
Yeah.
It's just spectacular. And the show that we're talking about, the 28th, that is just going to be amazing with the sunset and everything.
Bro,
behind it.
Coachman Park. Have you ever done? Okay, so
Yes.
I know
Go
the
ahead.
jazz festival at Coachman Park is how I became
Yep.
familiar with it.
Yep.
That venue is one of, and I've done concerts and artists all over the world. That venue is just one of my favorite because I like good food. I like good restaurants. I digress a little bit, but I like ambience and vibe too. So as much as I like,
Exactly.
and everybody who knows me knows that, I'm always looking, like sometimes so
You
go
got
ahead.
you got the boat, like you got the park, and you got the vendors and everything, but you also have the boats in the background.
and the ocean and
the
the
sunset,
sunset.
it's
It's just
clear, it's Clearwater.
It's- yeah,
It's
Yeah.
Clearwater,
Man.
Clearwater Beach in the area, so you can't go wrong with it.
It's
Exactly.
it's Clearwater. It is beautiful, and I'm very fortunate to have landed there.
Right.
That's exciting.
going from
Coachman
the
Park.
Sponge Docks, going to Coachman Park now,
Yeah.
and then in October we'll be in downtown Clearwater for Salsa at the District.
There you go. So many events. How much work goes into these things? How many weeks in advance do you have to start and constantly update different vendors and things like that? How much work goes into these events?
So usually I take about 6 months per event. I do about 3 events a year, so I'm usually working, 1 to 2 events at the same time.
Wow.
Okay.
A year, and it's just a lot of work. Once you find a venue,
Yeah.
if you stick in that venue, the more times you do the venue, the easier it gets.
Okay.
But we're not doing small venues. We're doing
No, you're not.
we're doing Coachman Park. We're doing downtown Clearwater.
Right.
This is not your normal
Yeah.
nightclub or anything like that. You have to have. They make it pretty easy. They give me a list.
Yeah.
And I just go down the list and knock them off. But you plan every detail. You create a map. You put everything on a map. You show it to the city officials. They approve it, disapprove it. You insure it. You get the permits.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's a lot of things people don't think about. It's like, oh yeah, I could throw a party and make a lot of money. It's like, no, you need insurance.
Yeah.
You need to go through multiple levels of approval, and you also need to market and talk to the vendors, get them on board, so on and so forth. So it's a lot of work.
And
Yeah.
you also have to have the respect, the support and the respect of the local community when you're doing something this, musicians, DJs, and dancers, instructors. And that is something that you've also,
Well, yeah, I would say that's one of the things that adds to the vibe of my event. And what's unique about my festival is my marketing is my demographic is a dancer.
Right.
Right.
That's who I target.
Right.
But I appeal to the greater Latin community.
Yep.
I also target that as well. But I cater to the dancer, so people will come out and they just
Dude,
they could sit there for hours and watch people dance.
I mean, the event you had not too long ago, the sugar sand.
why you rubbing that in, Lion? Because I missed it. I was out of town.
The Sugar Sand
I heard
Festival.
it was epic. It was epic.
It was
I heard.
fantastic. It was a fantastic event. You had a beautiful stage. You had a really nice setup. Heart of Clearwater Beach. Everybody knows Clearwater Beach, one of the best beaches in the country. So I mean,
The world, even maybe the world. we would
World
argue.
class
Hold on.
beach.
I wasn't there, but
I know he's
I
rubbing
heard
it in.
You had a dance floor on the sand.
Yeah, we put a big dance floor on the sand. So they reach out to me, the Sugar Sand people reach out to me and they said, we want you to produce a night for us, the closing night. And I said, okay, but I have a couple of things that
Of course.
will break the deal. And the first thing I said is, I want a dance floor.
That's brilliant, man.
Dude, that's a
on
first.
the sand.
you
That's
had
a
like one or
first.
you had two of them. I
Yeah.
think you had two.
I had two.
Yeah, you had
I had
two.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
See,
one.
'cause-
I had two stages. One was a small stage with a small dance floor in front of it, and then a big stage with a
And that's
big dance floor.
That's known in the dance community because like we gone to plenty of beach parties and stuff
And
like
we
that.
dance in the sand.
And you dance in the sand, but you get sand and you either have to take off your shoes and then you have to do spins
It's really,
in the sand.
it's really hard to dance. in the sand.
Exactly.
It's very, very hard.
Or you keep on your shoes like an idiot and you get sand in your shoes. But you had the dance floor on top of the sand. Everybody that's a salsillero knows what's up. They appreciate that. That's amazing.
Well, that's because I cater to the dancer.
That's
I
right.
keep every decision I make. I think of the dancer. You know, and that has done me well, and it creates the vibe you're talking about. You know, Maya Angelou said, "People will never forget, will always forget what you say to them, but they'll or what you do for them, but they'll never forget how you made them feel."
That's right.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
And that's what you do, man. I'm telling you, everything that you've done. I'm not saying this because you're on the show, because I just, I don't lie for the sake. I just talk about the weather instead of blowing. I wouldn't lie about you. Everything you do, I leave there feeling like I had a fantastic, like my life was enriched by being at your event.
Absolutely.
exactly what I am.
And that's what you are accomplishing,
for,
brother,
yeah.
for sure.
It's a very cool thing because it's a family-oriented event in a way. It's a free event for the community. You have whenever it happens, your events, it brings people from all over, where they are from the dance community here in the Tampa Bay area or neighboring towns, and people that don't dance or just regular Latinos that may like to dance, but they don't know about this underground community of the dance
A lot
floor.
of
So
people,
everybody
you'd be
conglomerates there.
surprised. You'd be surprised how many people do not know about the vibrant, beautiful dance community we have right here. You'd be surprised how
dance
many people
community.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm surprised. We have a thriving big dance community in Tampa, surprisingly, compared to, Miami, Orlando. Everybody, I think it's like 3 degrees of separation. We're all separated from. Everybody knows everybody.
Yep.
Even though I've been out of the community for a while, when I went to the spot and hung out with you guys, I knew like 15 people, and it's like a generation has passed since I danced or whatever. But everybody knows everybody. It's a lot of fun.
It's a great community.
Yeah.
I love it. And part of the vision of Florida Best Promotions has always been to support the dance community. So if you're a dancer out there and there's anything I could do for you, hit me up.
This is the thing. I don't know. Which one's my camera? Which one's my camera?
Right,
one.
right
It's that one.
there,
That's my
there,
camera right there. Okay,
right
okay.
there.
So if you're visiting Florida, you're in the Tampa Bay area, check out Florida Best Promotions. It's a great idea to travel around the dates that he has events. He has 2 to 3 events a year, right?
Right. So I'm doing September, October, and April.
There you go. Those months, you may be in luck. You come in one of those weekends, you're going to have an amazing experience, very unique experience, a family experience. You will not regret it. So check out Florida Best Events.
Yeah. So the website is floridabpi.com. You can find out a lot of information there. We're actually doing a promo for what we call a salsacation.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Okay.
Nice.
I like it.
Nice.
So, and really it's just a way for me to collect people's data. I want to stay in touch with you. I ain't trying to hide it. I want your email. I want your cell phone. And I will email you and I will text you what's going on. and I promise not to abuse that.
But it's going to keep you up to date on what's going on in
It
the
will.
community.
He has my email on my cell phone, and he hasn't abused it, so I can vouch for him.
Yeah.
He's an easy man to find. Because one cool thing about Richard, I will say he's a big time promoter here. He has huge events, and you will find Richard at everyone's events. He supports the community.
Yep.
It could be a
100%.
small event, could be a big event. It doesn't matter. Richard doesn't have size. It just goes to everywhere. I run into you all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, how you doing,
Yep.
Richard?
I would like to do more dancing than I do, but I try to get out when I can.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So definitely, he's not a hard man to find for sure.
So tell me, because I have some stories about promoting years ago, but tell me, what's been your experience as far as learning and, maybe bumping your head, oh, we're not doing that again? What are some of the lessons learned?
I would say, that's probably one of the most interesting things about putting on festivals.
Right.
Is that part of it. Analyzing how things went and figuring out ways to adjust and for the next year to make it better. Surrounding yourself with good people, that's number one.
Right.
You talked about that at the beginning.
Definitely.
That's number one. And just analyzing and being open to that and not taking that personal, which because you put so much work into it, and I'm very passionate about what I do. And I always try to, every year, even if I'm in the same venue, I want people to feel like it's a new event.
Yeah.
So
yes.
There's always a surprise. There's always something different. There's always a different wrinkle. And this year's not going to be any different. You guys are going to be super surprised with what we have planned for October 12th, Salsa the District.
I mean, you've had fireworks and a whole bunch of other stuff. So.
Oh yeah, man! It's like I said, it's always just a crazy, phenomenal experience. Like I said, you dance outside. You can dance to like live salsa, live bachata, like live merengue. The DJs, there are multiple DJs, and then there's like usually an after party. Let's not forget the after party. So like for the people that come out there like me without their families, and then the grown-ups stay out a little bit later, and they'll move into a venue or two venues out there in Clearwater where they have different
that's
types
my
of music.
bedtime. I have a bedtime.
Yeah, for real.
I have a curfew.
Grown-ups, like
That's the
grown-ups
one.
are in bed.
That's the one time I do stay out late.
Superman.
I would believe him, except for I can definitively show some photos of Harold.
That's not
Lion
That's
and
not
I.
me.
It looked
I don't know who Harold is. I don't know.
Yeah,
Who
like
was
that guy. That's right. It's your doppelganger line. It's your
I know
doppelganger.
who that guy is. Lion's never been to
Lion
one of
was
those things.
Lion goes to
I
bed
was
early.
Lion.
I don't know. I think Lion's up late.
It's like, but to switch gears a little bit,
That doesn't look like it.
we have a running
Topic,
gag or
yeah.
a topic in the playbook since we did a infamous video about the Cybertruck.
I'm sorry. Wait, I threw up in my mouth a little
No,
bit.
of course.
And
No,
I would do a disservice if I was to ask you this. I can't do it. You can't do it either. Only Doc can ask this question. Doc, you gotta bring him into what's happening with the Cybertruck.
Okay. So the Cybertruck, man. Most of us.
It's beautiful.
I did it again. I threw up in my mouth a little bit. I gotta cut this out. I'm gonna need a
No
ginger
pressure.
ale. Yeah, no. So the Cybertruck, we are not necessarily all fans of it. As car people, all of us are car guys. A lot of our viewers are car people, so we do a lot of content about cars and stuff. We have something cool coming up about the last Corsa rally. It should be really, really cool. Some really cool cars, including if you're a Lambo person, the Rualto, however you say it. It's a replacement for the Aventador. Hybrid, like F1 technology, part combustion, part electric.
So beautiful, it cost me a phone. Go on.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what we'll tell you that story in that episode. But anyway, so I'm all for saving the planet, and I like some electric vehicles. Probably my favorite electric vehicle, if I was going to buy a car full electric, would be the Porsche Taycan. But if I was going to get an SUV, you actually, Richard, have an SUV that electric that looks very much actually. It has lines similar to the Lamborghini Urus, actually. It looks very good. They even make, I seen one that's like it's almost like the Shelby edition of it or something. Have you seen that of your car?
Yeah,
So
I've
he
seen
has,
it.
tell us what you have. Tell us about your ride a little bit. And then we'll go back to this, to ask you the infamous question about this Cybertruck, this thing. So yeah, so tell us about your ride a little bit.
So yeah, I just recently got a Mustang E.
Okay.
It's an SUV. It's fully electric. and I love it.
Are you enjoying it?
I am enjoying it.
It's good looking, man.
Hasn't been a week yet since I've had
Oh,
it.
really? So it's brand new.
It's brand new.
I thought it smelled like new car when you
Yeah.
pulled up in the driveway. I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. So it's a beautiful car. Enjoy it. We'll ask you later how you like it a couple of months from now, and see if you still feel the same way about it, which I hope you do. I know a couple of people that own them, and they seem to be enjoying them. So back to the Cybertruck. Do you like it or do you not like it? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't like it.
That's good.
I don't like it.
Then we can agree.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
You can
man.
continue to be friends.
Right. You're such a good person. Even if you liked it, I wasn't gonna unfriend you in real life. But to me, again, I'll just go back to the fact that I feel like it's unattractive and it looks like somebody in like grade school drew it. I mean, cool. It looks cool. I'll give it some at night when it's all lit up. The lines, the way the lights are, that kind of looks cool. And then it comes into the light and you could see the rest of it. And it's like, again.
It looks like something off of Dune or
Yeah.
Right,
Judge
like
Dredd.
post-
Judge Dredd.
Post-apocalyptic type
Yep.
of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
that's it.
Yeah, and so that's not. I
Weird
mean,
vibe.
and I think people overpaid for it, and I'll continue to say I think that a few people got it because they really like electric vehicles.
160,000 plus.
Dude, I know people that paid well over $2 for them.
Right.
I know people that paid over $2 for them and flipped them for more than over $2 for them.
Stupid.
Yeah, and so if it had, I mean, it's a Tesla that is kind of I feel like a lot of people did it because they were following the leader. They wanted to be the.
They want the attention. They want definitely.
Well, it'll get you attention, but so we're running around with no clothes on downtown Clearwater. but it'll also get you arrested.
At the start of the district.
Right, exactly.
Do not do that.
Don't come out to
go-
Richard's event.
Don't go
trying
to
to-
Richard's event and
Listen,
run naked.
I
over
will
there.
not get mad at anyone.
Clearwater PD might. But
PD might
That's a
have something to
different-
say
right.
about it.
Right. Yeah. So okay, so we're on the same sheet of music about the Cybertruck. Okay, so one more car question while we're on it. Ferrari or Lamborghini? What do you think? What do you like?
Me?
Yeah.
Have in mind.
Hold on. Can we
Have
take
in mind.
bets?
Have in
Can
mind.
we take bets?
Either way, you may offend Doc because he has one of each.
Stop.
Can we take bets on what he's going to guess?
I think he's gonna go Ferrari. He looks like a Ferrari kind of man. For me, I just saying, this Ferrari kind of guy.
I'm thinking Lamborghini.
I don't know. I think you're wrong.
I'm thinking Ferrari maybe. I don't know. So what do you think?
I was gonna say Ferrari.
Boom! Don't play the lottery, bro.
Oh, man. Unlucky day. So tell me, early on, has there ever been an event where maybe you didn't break quite even and you learned from it or no?
Yeah, when I started the Sponge Stocks, I would say, you ever seen that movie, The Greatest Show?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. My wife is about to leave me, and I just kept on spending money on this festival. She stuck around, and look where we're at now.
Right.
See, yeah, you're doing it big.
Killing the game.
You're doing it big, and you have everything in order. I remember when I was very young, back when I was 19, me and my friend, we decided that we're going to go into promotion, and we threw a party one night, and nobody would rent out a place for us at all. So we finally found this one fire hall place that rented out the spot to us, and we made a couple $1,000s that night, and we thought it was amazing. So we did another one. We scheduled another one, and this was during college, and everybody was talking about it. But unfortunately, there was a pajama jam that they came and advertised that day, and my party did not go well at all.
A pajama jam.
Pajama jammies were the jam.
You got to switch things up. You got to make
Exactly.
them,
It crushed my party, and I barely had enough money to pay security, right? Like some things you don't do, like you don't miss out on paying security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's it's funny you say that because
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest mistakes I've seen people make
Right.
throughout my career. You got to pay for this thing before you
Beforehand.
start it.
That's one of the lessons.
You got to be out. You have to have the money to do it.
And before
advance.
you can't count on. That's an old school concept that I saw a lot of promote. Because I DJ'd for a long time. But I was on the receiving side of the cash up front. You know what I mean? So that was cool. But like I watched some guys that put together events, and they were like counting on the take from the door to pay people. And then I watched like people who successfully promoted events where even if they took out an SBA or borrowed the money or had investors or however they did it, if they didn't fund it out of pocket, they had the money up front So they weren't counting on. So everybody was paid.
Yeah.
When it started. Yeah.
Yeah, that's everyone gets paid
Yeah,
at my event, whether I make money or not.
Kudos to you, Doc.
Right.
Doc, at 19 years old, I wasn't getting an SBA. So
Hey, I
after the
wasn't.
second
I
one,
never underestimate your skill set. I never know. You might have been.
no SBAs.
You-
But let me tell you. So we had the third one was supposed to be where we made all the money, and we put the money down, the deposit down for the third one, and obviously, like you were saying, not to do. The other two were supposed to build towards the third, and since the bottom fell out on the second one, I did not have any money for the third, and it was an unrefundable deposit that we put down.
Oh wow!
For
So you'd already
$1,000.
put down the deposit.
So I called them up, and I spoke to the manager.
The manager at 19.
Real talk. I called him up and I spoke to the manager, and I was like, because in Jersey, they don't want you throwing any hip hop parties at all at their facility. So I say, hey, I'm just trying to see how many security guards you want us to have because we're having celebrities come down, and we want to make sure everything's under control. And he said, what are you talking about? And it's like, oh, yeah. I rented it for this night, and we have X, Y, and Z coming down, so I just want to make sure you guys are comfortable. He's like, what? Who did this? And I was like, oh, such and such set it up. She made the reservation. I already gave you the deposit. Huh? What? No, you can't have this. No. Well, if you don't want me to have it, give me my money back, and I'll go somewhere else. And that's how I got out of the non-refundable deposit.
Wow.
Oh, they gave it back to you.
That was a smart way to do it.
Respect. Hey, I thought you.
That was creative. That was creative.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go up in there like Michael Jackson, who's bad.
So before we end things here, before we end things here, what's a good advice you have for someone that's hoping or has aspiration of doing something similar to what you're doing?
That's a tough question. I had a lot of luck. Just, if you believe in something, do it wholeheartedly and
Right.
and
100%.
just do the best you can do. There's things I don't know. There's things I learned along the way. I'm not an educated person either, but I work hard and I learn. I'm open to learn. I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned, if I could teach anyone anything, is let the professionals do what they do.
That's right.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
Yep.
100%. You don't have to know everything, but if you get people that are experts, let them do their thing.
Delegate.
let
Delegate.
them do their thing. You don't have to know everything.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for hanging out with us at the Playbook. We definitely appreciate it. I appreciate all the stuff you do for the community as well. So with that said, just do us a favor and
Hey,
just take
we're
this home.
finally back dropping episodes on a regular. Make sure you tune in on a regular. Until the next time, we're Playbook.
Like and subscribe, baby. Peace.